Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we had Ian K back on my stream and he was doing some of his big brain ideas. We've got probably the slowest crazy comp I've ever seen for Clan Boss. Bringing in the big slammer, bringing in that Turvold. But we're talking about everybody in this unkillable team less than 200 speed. And most of them way less than 200 speed, which enables the rest of your teams to still hog your good speed gear. So check out this comp. You'll see some different sets in use, different gear sets in use, which is always cool to see as well. And you can kind of understand where they get some of their niche spots. But yeah, this is going to be Ian K stalling us on Clan Boss. Ian, how you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Here we go again, man.
Yeah, I've got something new to share.
Nice. Well, as ever, thanks for joining us. I guess give us an intro. What are you looking to share today?
Yeah, so I wanted to share kind of I guess my latest update on my clan bus team, as well as some hard Doom Tower strategy and kind of cheese that I used to clear it.
Okay, sweet. Anyone new on your roster since we've last picked up your account?
Yeah, I only got one new champion from the last 2 times event, just like last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a Fu Shan, and that is going to be he's going to be part of my clan boss team.
Brilliant. Part of the Clan Boss
Yep.
team. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Where do you want to go first with this? Do you want to go Clan Boss or Doom Tower first?
We can do clan boss, but I guess first off, I kind of wanna, I guess, I haven't really mentioned this before, but I just want to say that I'm kind of part of the majority of your viewers, which is the low spender. So on average, I spend about $40-50 a month, and I thought
Sure.
I just wanted to give you some tips on your low spend account since you're starting one, or you
Oh, yeah,
already
okay.
started one, right?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, so I think if you didn't notice already, like if you spend on Google Play, you kind of get like some points based on how much you spend. Then you earn points, and you can use those points as credit for your additional purchases.
So, actually, one of my mods in Discord today mentioned this to
Mhm,
me, and I thought this
mhm.
was just a US thing. Um,
Oh, okay.
but apparently, you can do it in UK as well, which I wasn't aware of. So what, you're purchasing through Google
Yes.
Play,
hmm
and then you gain points, which you can then redeem for raid stuff.
Yeah. So it's kind of like credit. So like I don't remember the exact details, but I think like 500 points is $5. Then you can use that $5 for anything. So
What sort of things can you get?
like whatever you spend on rate. So if there's the offer for like $5 and you choose to buy that offer,
Yeah,
so you
buddy.
can redeem that points. So $5 off your that offer. So you only pay the remaining $5 basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, how much of that? Because I mean, for $40 a month, you've got a pretty stacked account here. So, how much of a difference do you think that makes to you?
I think I'd say on average, like I say, spend $40-50 a month. I would get maybe about $5 to $10 every 2 to 3 months in credit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, as a low spend, you take what you can get, and you
Yeah,
get
definitely. Yeah.
as much as you can. So this is just some additional tips if anyone who spends a little bit, or if you spend a lot, then you rack up the points even more.
So, Senta here in chat is saying as well, don't buy the raid offers, buy the general credits.
Yeah, so I redeemed it for like general Google credit. So you get like $10 of Google credit, and then you use that credit to purchase the raid offers.
So, if you were to just buy the raid offers straight out,
Yeah,
that's
then
worse value, is it?
those are bad offers. Yeah, never do that.
Okay, I need to look into this more because I feel like so I'd heard about it. I think Darth might have done some videos on this a while back, but I heard about it, but I thought it was just a US thing. So if it's like wider use of basically anyone who's buying through an Android kind of setup, then we should all be involved.
Yeah. So if you're
Sounds good.
spending anyway, you might as well just take advantage of this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially for those. So if you're like proper whaling out, then
Yeah, you'll get a lot more points.
And what type of things can you get? Like proper, sacred shards and stuff like that, or is it mainly just energy and?
No, you get credits, you get money. So like for 500 points, you get basically $5 credited into your Google account.
Oh,
So
I
you
see.
can
So it's
use that
straight
five
up giving you.
dollars.
It's like a
Yeah,
cashback type thing.
yeah. Then you can use that $5 to buy anything.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I guess just another tip that I guess that I do is that if you look at my charts right now, so I
Hmm.
still have about like 150 ancient charts. That's not because I bought them. It's because in the past two times event, I only pulled like about 100 charts. I only pulled until I get the max reward of the summit event. So I don't just spend all my entire chart. So I kind of like spend to get the rewards and I stop and I save them for the next event. So yeah. So that's just kind of what I do.
And as a lower spender player, then I'd say lower spend like 40, 50. I know there's a lot of people that would watch this and be like, well, hold on a minute, that's a ton of money. But in the reality of Raid, it's probably like a fairly normal spend
Hmm.
level. So
Hmm.
when you've got something like this summon rush here, where it's not a 2 times, would you still pull shards, or would you just hold on to your shards?
No, I won't pull. I only pull during two times, or if the 10 times is something that I want. Like, for example, this 10 times, I was kind of disappointed that the Farrakhan, the Fat, is not included. If
Yeah,
he
I
was
really want
included,
him as well.
I would have pulled for him.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to be in the mix as well, actually.
Mhm.
But yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I guess
Right.
talk us through who is going to be in your clan boss team this time.
Yeah, so this time I replaced my Saito with Fu Shan. So if you remembered in my previous clan boss team, I did not have any aura at all. So when I pulled
Yes,
Fu Shan, I finally have an aura for my team. And this is a really good aura as well. It's a speed aura, so I can
sure.
pretty much regear my entire team. And I think what I have now is probably the slowest one key team in the world. If you take a
Okay,
look at every one of my champions, so you can start with maybe Turvold,
Turvold. Yeah, why not? Let's
yeah,
get out the big man.
Fu Shan right there as well.
Oh, so let me share my screen with you on Discord so you
Okay,
can see in my time.
right.
Here we go. Okay, so we've got ourselves a Turvold in retaliation gear. Yeah,
Yeah,
retaliation gear.
yeah. I had him in Fury before, so I kind of just wanted to test him in Retaliation right now to see how it does. And I think and he does pretty much the same. So didn't want to spend silver to swap the gear out again.
Yeah. So what we got going on here then? 6.5k attack, 129 speed. So is this what speed were we running at last time? Remind me.
Last time it was 152, about
Yeah.
150 plus.
So you've literally slowed him right down to 129. We've still got obviously the crit rate. I guess you must be running Creeler or something. I know he boosts his
Yeah,
own, doesn't he?
yeah.
Um,
I have Krila as well, so
oh,
my
you do.
entire team is around 70%.
Awesome. And you're finding retaliation then is because I remember first time we looked at this, he was in I think all crawl gear.
In Fury set.
Furious. Oh, was it okay? So you'll find
Yeah,
a retaliation gear doesn't really make much of a difference between that and the
Fury. Yep,
Fury.
yep. And since I took Saito out of the team, so I just wanted to test when the results was pretty much the same, so not much difference anyway.
Yeah, that's a
Mm.
pretty crazy set of stats for retaliation gear though. 6.5k. Because obviously you can bring in attack boots, you can bring in the attack chest,
Hmm.
with no trouble at all. Really, I'm just looking through it. I was expecting to see like crazy rolls everywhere, but I like this piece. It's not.
Hmm.
I know it's still a good piece, but it's not like crazy. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, this is a good build. Nice. Okay, Turvold in the weak source. Taco says Turvold in the mix. So then we've got you mentioned Creeler.
Yep. Now
So
Krila
I'm
is
seeing
in.
reflex gear popping up.
Yeah, so I used reflex gear on her before as well. So now I just kind of swap the gear around to lower her speed.
Yeah.
And I have the refresh accessories as well, so just doubling up on lowering cooldowns.
So you've not got this to a point where it's like, to remember originally it was like the 4-3. She's always done a proc her abilities whenever possible. You're now just saying, you know what? Let's push for this ally attack as often as we can get it,
Right.
and the buffs. Yeah,
Yep. Because her rotation doesn't matter anymore,
yeah.
and her speed is
245 crit damage.
147 speed.
147. Yeah. So your factoring reflex gear is pretty high value now. Then,
Yeah.
and then you've got a 10% chance to prevent skill cooldown. Nice. Nice. I bet you're itching for the banner, are you?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the new edition then. Let's look at Fu Shan. 148 speed. I bet this guy hits like an absolute truck, so I know he does damage anyway.
Hmm.
5.4k attack. He's actually really underrated for clan boss as well. Yeah, nice. And again, in reflex gear. So, why reflex? For this ability? Is it
Yeah.
the A3 you're trying to get back?
Yeah, you can put I can put down the defense down as much as possible.
Yeah. Because
And
basically,
because
I mean, every hit's got a chance to land it.
yeah,
Almost every single time you use this ability, you're going to land it on clan boss.
yep. And I also have him in Giant Slayer as well. So the more chance he gets to use his multi hit, the better.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yep.
Have you tried both, just out of interest? Did you try them in
Yeah, so
Warmaster as well?
I haven't tried it, but mathematically they are about the same if I don't have any reflex or any skill cooldown reduction ability. They're about the same on average. But if I
Yeah,
factor in the reflex, then Giant Slayer will be better for sure, since
sure.
all his other skills are multi hitters.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Hmm.
Okay, who's going to be the fourth man?
The double Maneaters.
Oh, of course, yeah. So we've done unkillable. Now,
Uh,
okay, you got both on support tree.
yep, both of them are in Toxic set.
Why support tree though?
To increase the duration of the poison, as well as the sniper to increase the chance to place poison as well. So it becomes
I
80%.
thought that a set just has a chance to land.
Yeah, so the mastery actually improves it. If you read it carefully, it says from artifact sets as well, like on sniper, for example, from debuff or
Oh, okay,
artifact.
yeah. Okay, stand corrected. Awesome.
Yep.
Um,
Then
so
master
you got them
hacker.
both. Have you got them both in toxic? Yeah, cool.
Yep. And their speeds as well is important. So both of them are under 200 speed.
So 193 and 192 speed. Crazy. So you've got 192, 193. We've got like 148, 147, and a 129. Damn,
Hmm.
that is it's crazy slow.
Yeah.
Just for chat, for those that are kind of wondering about this, one of the biggest problems with all the unkillable teams where you're trying to get to like 2 key and a 1 key in is that most accounts you use all of your best speed gear. So you get to the point where your arbiters and your other champions start to slow down in other important stuff in the game. So yeah, to get your man-eaters down below 200 is crazy. And it also really enables this toxic gear as well, because again, you probably don't have that much lying around.
Hmm.
But to do it so slow makes it very easy.
Thanks, Mr. HH,
Yep.
for the great gear tool.
So again, you've just gone basically the same type of builds. And I can imagine that it wouldn't be that difficult to get him in attack boots at that speed.
Yeah, it's not difficult, but it's just the limitation of my toxic gear. I don't have much of them.
Wow, amazing. Okay, should we take it for a spin?
Yep.
How consistent is this for you?
So I've tested it for the past 2 days. I've hit Spirit before, and in Spirit, like Fu Shan is a bad affinity, but I can still 1 key. But
Yeah.
it's like barely there. It's like 71 million. So on Magic, I've tested it this morning. I hit a 1 key, but I don't know how average is it, since that's just my first try. So we can try again and see.
This has got to be about as good as it gets for you on affinity, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So this is the best affinity. No weak
Yeah.
affinities and good affinity for Fu Shan. Yeah, so A2, A2 on the Maneaters. And then A3 and A2. Then A1 on Turvold.
And A1, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then the first Maneater unkillable. Then A1. Yep. Then A3.
That's
A1.
A1.
A3. Then A1.
That's what we did last time. He's going to lose his unkillable again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because he haven't used his A3 yet, so he will have it the next round.
Oh, I see. So he's going to take a stun, but you don't mind about that?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't take it this time. All right, okay.
Yeah. A3. So it's off cooldown already.
Yeah, makes sense.
A2. A2 again, off cooldown again. So the reflex gear actually is very impactful. It happens very often now.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of used to farm up reflex gear, and then I stopped for a long time, and I've got maybe one set that's worth having, but not much.
Yeah, A2. A2.
A2?
Yep. A1.
So if anyone was trying to copy this, that's a vulnerable stage for, well, potentially. You shouldn't die at that stage, but
Yeah.
you're vulnerable there, yeah?
Yeah. A1. And then just use any abilities there. Then the next Maneater will use the unkillable. Yep.
Yeah. Some big hits coming in all round here. Kreela 145.
A1.
A1 here.
A1.
It's got to be an A1. So is that.
A1. Yep. A1. A2. Then Turvold uses extra turns now. Yep. And then A1. And then it's auto.
Okay, cool. Was this a difficult one to come up with?
Not really, since the speed is basically the same as my previous comp, and I just got to factor in the speed aura.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just that I have to re-gear my entire team. And I wanted to use your kind of like gear optimizer, but at that point the 4-piece set wasn't ready yet, so I couldn't use it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'd be interested to see if you could punch any more damage out by using it. Now that is working.
Yeah, I thought of using it as well, but then I realized that the thing is I don't have a lot of options in terms of my my reflex and my retaliation gear. So
Yeah.
the gear that I put there is pretty much it's set. So I just have to look for that 2 extra gear.
Sure.
Yeah, so I could do that just to find like that 2-piece. What's the best for that 2-piece?
Yeah. So Turvold slamming in there for about 300k a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Always fun. Always fun to see.
Yeah.
But actually, I must admit, decreased defense is not on as consistently as I thought it would be with the amount of times Fu Shan's landing it.
Mm-hmm.
Guess there's not a lot you can do about that unless you change his masteries to be to extend it.
Yeah, to be support. But that the counter attack is, I guess, is very important since his A1 there did 160k. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, definitely. Even a Maneater's hitting for 150k. This is what people kind of don't realize when they're building out their Maneaters. I guess it's gear dependent, but Maneaters hit really hard if you get their attack up.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it here, like these guys are smacking.
Yeah, the problem is since a lot of unkillable teams have really high speed requirements, it's really hard to gear Maneater for damage.
Yeah. So pretty much anyone then who's got a speed aura but no speed buff
Right.
can come in and do what Fu Shan's doing here to bring your speeds down, can't they?
Yes, they can. But Fu Shan also provides the decreased defense.
Yeah.
So you want someone who can place the decreased defense. Or if you have like someone else in place of Krila who can do that, then that's fine as well. But I feel like Krila is very important to the team as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Albeit, so
provides the.
I'm kind of keen. Reason
Mhm,
why I want to get Farrakhan
mhm.
is I feel like you can get yourself a double
Yes.
ally attack team going pretty easily.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to build. Farrakhan in place of Fu Shan. So I'll have double the ally attack, and Farrakhan also has the decreased defense. I
Yeah.
wanted to pull him so badly to try this out, but
Yeah,
I
sure.
couldn't pull him.
Well, I'm keen to build. In fact, I'm probably going to do it tomorrow on someone else's account. But I'm going to be building a Farrakhan, Longbeard,
Mhm,
Painkeeper, Maneater, and then DPS. So
mhm.
2 ally attacks
Right.
on a budget Maneater and see what happens with that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sounds great.
Be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because I've
Obviously,
seen like.
Longbeard's the luxury in that, but
Mhm,
I just think because Longbeard's got Weaken, so
right.
kind of got everything you need.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And he definitely seems like he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, sure. So 28 million on turn 20. So we're probably what? Yeah, I suppose we're probably just about on for a 1T right now. And obviously
Hmm.
things ramp up over time.
Yeah. So this morning I hit like a 78 million, I think. I think that was my biggest hit.
Yeah, I guess what everyone's waiting for is when all those buffs line up and Turvold just unleashes hell
Hmm.
with his A3. 180s.
Yeah.
I really wish I had a Turvold to play around with this sort of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Just
Yeah.
those big numbers coming in.
Yeah. I guess his like his A3 here doesn't hit as hard since he doesn't have the Fury set anymore. But I guess it balances out with the amount of counterattack he gets now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. So, a few people have said if you run this whole team in Fury set, um, is that your kind of best damage output potential?
Uh, Maybe. Obviously, I haven't tested it, but maybe.
Yeah,
But the thing is, the reduction in cooldown is also kind of a big factor, since
sure.
the ally attack is probably the biggest hit overall. Like if you can imagine, each one of them is hitting like 100k each, 150k each. That's
Yeah,
maybe like a million, almost 700,000 damage from
definitely.
that one skill.
And if those jewelry items proc,
Hmm.
I don't. Is there anything that kind of shows you that that's happening, or is it just you see the next ability and see if they're doing it?
Yeah, there is an animation appears on top of the head when it procs, and kind of
Right.
one of my Doom Tower strategy that I'm going to show later also includes the refresh accessory. It's a kind of a Doom Tower cheese.
Okay.
Yeah. So the animation is very visible when it happens.
And you've got it as a 10% chance right now, haven't you? So
Yeah. Hmm.
have you got it? I didn't see actually. Is it on anyone else? Have you got anyone else with that gear?
I have it on Fu Shan as well, but he only has one piece, so it's only a 5% chance.
Right. I do wonder actually. Did you see my video on Aldrin Jailer?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, someone here, Appledon, is saying feed that Fu Shan. Aldrin Jailer's better. I actually wonder what Aldrin Jailer would do in this lineup.
Yeah. You
I
just
feel like
need
he
a
would smack.
yeah, you just need like a actual. I guess the thing of this lineup is you need to have a decreased defense champion
Yeah.
to be part of the team, since Turvold provides the weaken. So
Yeah.
if
True.
like I can replace maybe Krila with the Ogren Jailer, but then I lose the increased attack. So it's like a very limited options. You need to
Yeah.
have all the buffs, debuffs line up.
I see Fu Shan just had that ring above his head there. Actually,
Right.
I
Yeah.
think he's got the gear on as well, is he? To not call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, 5% chance.
I don't know about Anax Infinite House. So I thought Anax was going to be rock solid for Clan Boss, but because he's got that ability to get an extra turn when he drops below 10% health, I think he kind of just messes himself up.
Right.
Don't think he can run in it. The only team that he might run in for unkillable, I think, would be like a Rosh Guard Wardcaster where they don't actually take damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Ultra Nightmare. Ultra Nightmare, super slow team. So for those that didn't see the build, we'll show it again at the end, but these guys are slow. Less than 200 speed for all of them. But inner tower teams, Anax is actually really good. He hits hard. He's got a harder hit than Fane. He's just very difficult to tune into teams. Someone asking here, do you know if Turvold can go into a budget Maneater comp?
There is yes, I have seen that comp before. It's in Deadwood Jedi's website or his Discord. So I've seen someone posted it. So it is definitely possible. You can find the speeds there. I haven't tried it myself, but I've seen it work.
I mean, it definitely feels like your slow Turvolds, I mean, because they hit so damn hard, it's just like a delight to watch.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, Fu Shan gives us a speed aura here, so that's how we're kind of slowing everyone down so much. I think we've got both Man-Eaters are in poison gear, which is why we're getting the little poison ticks coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet actually, so because your Man-Eaters are already stacked with damage, or pretty high damage,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that you could get to their damage potential they've got now without poison gear.
Right. Yep.
Pretty certain that that's about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah. I'm like, if I ever pull a Draco, I want to like see what limit can I exceed my limit with a Draco for this team.
So what, you just throw Draco in instead of
I'm thinking
Turvold, do you mean, or
no, instead of Fu Shan. Yeah, I think this whole team composition works because of Turvold.
Yeah.
So Turvold is the irreplaceable one. That's
why is that?
Because his extra turn is the one that I guess makes everyone be able to have that speed. It's kind of like the Michelle.
So he's
Michelle,
ticking on.
Yeah, so he
the
provides
turn
that.
meter.
Yeah.
In the right way to enable you to get more hits out.
Yeah, to give the speed to run at this ratio, because there is like a standard double Maneater team as well. So in that standard double Maneater team, like everyone's speed requirement is much higher since there is no one to have the extra turn.
Does that mean then pretty much anybody that gets an extra turn through some sort of mechanic can be run into a team like this in some way?
No, Turvold is unique as well in that when he does his extra turn, he has the increased speed as well. He himself has the extra speed. He doesn't speed up the entire team. So it's kind of someone who needs to have extra turns and increase his own speed.
Which is really rare, yeah.
Yeah. So Turvold is the only one who can do that.
Crazy. Well, you've hit your 1 key, man.
Oh,
easy as well. Cruised it.
Right.
Cruised it.
Yeah.
This is nice. Flick and Rusty in the house. Thank you for the sub, mate. Steezy as well. Rush Cookie. Savage. Thanks, guys. Well, another masterclass from Ian K on the Clan Boss. This is an awesome team. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, so Max Nutter. Yeah, this team also works in Nightmare. It's just the manual setup is a little bit different. So it's I have to use the Turvold extra turn a little bit earlier, but it works on Nightmare. It also works on Brutal, but it doesn't work the full unkillable 50 turns. So I just set it up early. It lasts probably like 20 turns, but in 20 turns I get my max key already, so it doesn't really matter.
So interesting then. Actually, your Maneater's doing 11 and 10.
Mhm.
My Maneater's hit for more than that.
Right. Is
But
that a
they're in good
two,
gear.
right? Is that a 2-for-1 team?
Oh, it's a 2-for-1. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 10, 11 million to going 1-for-1.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So for a 1-for-1 team, so wow. Could you push this to a 2-for-1 team?
You can, but you need like specific champions. You need like the Mashal, like maybe extending debuff.
Yeah, so
So
you'd
it
need
will be like a
Seeker or Mashald or someone like that
it'll
to
be a
make it happen.
it'll be a completely different team.
Yeah. I was just thinking if you're doing 77 on a 1-for-1, I was just thinking what the potential could be. But that's awesome, man. As always, Turvold Masterclass, 28 million coming in from Turvold, 15 from Fu Shan, 12.5 from Creeler. Very cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Finished. Thanks for the sub, mate. So let me show you these builds again quick, guys, before we move on to the Doom Tower stuff. So Turvold is in retaliation gear, 129 speed. How does the extra turn from Turvold help in making the comp work? Are you able to explain a bit more about the kind of detail behind it?
I mean, I understand it a little bit, but I'm not like I don't really understand it fully. It's just mainly the application part of it. So when a champion gets an extra turn, I think it provides like a little bit of turn meter for your entire team. So whenever a champion takes a turn, it provides a little bit of turn meter for the entire team.
Yeah, because your turn, everyone's turn ticks the turn meter on a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
every time anyone takes a turn, everybody ticks a bit of their turn meter.
Yeah. So when Turvold takes the extra turn, so it provides like an additional tick, from what I understand.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Again, I don't know the proper detail of it, but
yeah, I don't know either, but just from what I understand.
So the Maneater's 193 and 192. The Creeder was at 147. The Fu Shan was at 148. And Turvold was at 129. Crazy. Crazy. It just means that all of your speed gear is left free for all of your arena champs and stuff. There you have it, guys. Ian K brings up the goods again. I love it when he comes onto the stream and does a showcase because we know it's going to be something gold. It was again Turvold slamming his way through to a 1-key team. I've been Hell Hades. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you later.